Hey everybody, what's going on? How you doing? So listen, I get a call, I get calls all the time from folks, about starting out in real estate, struggling for comps. Okay, I've done a lot of videos like this, and I'm going to keep doing it because it's something people always you really need help with. You need a good real estate agent. Wholesaling real estate presupposes retail. Does that make sense? You can't. You're just not going to get a retail number. I mean, a good wholesale number rather, unless you really know retail. What the plan is? What's the strategy? The 70% rule is there for a reason. Okay, think about it. There's a lot of risk involved. Okay, there's risk involved because if you buy wrong, okay, your cash buyers, I guarantee you, man, I got stories after stories of 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 properties I bought wrong, because I didn't do my due diligence. Sometimes the market site, just a variety of different things, right? And every cash buyer that you're going to talk to out there, they're going to have the same story. Obviously different properties, but you know what I mean. Like, and now we can go to the pub and talk about it and laugh. Around that time I was, cheap, right? But it's real money. I've lost real money on properties. Tens of thousands of dollars, and it's about wrong, and so is everybody else, right? So as a wholesaler, you want to know the right numbers, okay, so that when you talk to a cash buyer, you can give them, real accurate information. Very important, okay. And to do that, you've got to know retail. You've got to know that retail number. The 70% rule is, like I said, it's there because it mitigates risk and also offers profit for the seller, okay. You're when you're I'm saying your C buyer being the seller when he's selling it to the end buyer. Does that make sense? In other words, a rehabber. They want to they've got to make they need to be safe, but also need to make a profit. And I mean, think about this: that 30% rule, only about 10% of that is actual potential profit for your cash buyer, for your flipper, right? Because you got 10% on just shenanigans with closing costs, right? And your realtor's fees. If the seller, or the buyer rather, his end user buyer needs help with getting his loan closed and have the 3%, he may say, the seller, be the flipper, has to pay the closing fees, right, up to 3.5%. Well, then that's 10% right there out the gate just to sell the property. So if the cat's trying to, if I'm trying to sell a $300,000 house, 30 grand, I don't see, right? I don't see it at all. It goes to pay shenanigans, real estate fees, realtor fees, closing costs. It might even be more than that, right? So that's part. So that 30% now is down to 20%. Okay. Well, most flippers out there, unless they're using their own cash, they got plenty of cash, they have money costs. Money's not free out there. Okay. Even if you are using your own money, you still want to make money on it, right? So that holding cost is going to be cash. Okay. And potentially if you get some expensive hard money, even, I've had to use hard money sometimes because I needed cash. It's just cash flow, right? So sometimes you get more expensive money than the other time. So anyway, that 10% could go, 10, 20, 30, you're looking at a $300,000 home. You might have 15, 20 grand in just hard money costs, right? Does that make sense? So the real profit is that 10% margin, right? And so in a $300,000 home, the flipper might make 30 grand, well, that's great. What if he has to drop the house, drop the price, 10, 20 grand? I've had to do that, give us market rot. Well, you had a real problem. Okay, so I'm belaboring the point here, but you understand why we have that 70% rule, okay? And why it's so important to know comps so that you don't mess with that. I mean, the comps. So you got to get a good realtor, okay? Really important. And how you get a good realtor is you got to show them value, okay? You got to show them value on, what you're going to bring them clients. You're going to bring them people who want to sell a home, and then they can get the referral fee. I mean, they could flip that and they get the house. That makes sense. So we're going to talk more about that in the next video. I just really wanted you to understand the importance of the 70% rule. Okay. Do you always have to do it every time? Does every cash buyer? No, obviously not. That's just a good rule of thumb. And I want you to understand why that is. Okay. put your comments down here if you have any questions, need any help, you want some mentorship, whatever. Let me know. You can do this. Keep your chin up, okay? And we'll talk to you in the next video. God bless. Again, anything you need, just give me a call, and we'll do some business. Help you out. Cheers.